Hello. This is a formal cease and desist for content creators. Do not talk about me. Do not repost my content. This is a formal cease and desist for content creators, all but not limited to Eddie Duelis, Westmo, The Most Worst, Joy T. Crab, True Crime Bailey, I'm Buffy Cowie, and many, many more. Stop with the obsession. Stop it right now. This can end. End the war for peace. This is a formal cease and desist for all content creators. I didn't name all of them. There's way too many. So stop. Please stop.
Disclaimer, this video is for educational commentary and criticism purposes only. This is strictly my thoughts and opinions only under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a legal doctrine that permits limited use of copyrighted material without the need for permission from or payment to the copyright holder. I am not responsible for the opinions of others. Do not contact or harass anyone mentioned in this video. This video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Sorry, Jessi, you're not getting paid for this.
Bada bing, bada boom. So I'm gonna make this post here. I did, try to make a community post. For some reason, it's just not going through. It's not posting. It's just spiraling, swirling. So anyway, thought I'll just read it for you guys. That morbid extreme was fun. I knew he knew. They didn't know I knew. It was a fun game. I want to play again. I lied for reactions and smiled behind a screen. I will never forget when they mentioned Chris Hansen, and I sat there as everyone on panel talked. Actually hysterical. I even mentioned Teacap lore, but he didn't know because he's not really a Teacapographer. I was kind of hoping for a call out, but I think they wanted real proof it was me first. I want to have more fun. I was messing with my mic audio mixer earlier and trying to figure out a voice and character. I am planning to go on Haiti Jobless's channel and get buddy with her as I shit talk myself. I gotta wait some time though, or just will be too obvious. I'm thinking Christmas time, panel hopping around and different voices or something. Give me a safe space to speak. Also, for some reason, he said that Trixie Layne was the one in the TCAP community. I'm not sure if he was messing with me for a reaction to see if I would lie further, but that was me. So many lies that I told just for attention. And you know what? It's just not the end. I want to play more. So I will see you guys soon, very soon. Bada bing, bada boom.
It's Moast's channel, The Most Worst, and I will leave his link in the description box for you guys to follow if you would like. July 19th, 2022. Do you know Jessi Jean Music? She was originally noticed within the community in the winter of 2022 because of her extremely inappropriate and overly sexual comments and live streams. After a bit of digging, it was revealed that Jessi has been previously accused of sexual harassment in various streams and communities for years. She is a 28-year-old singer, actor, comedian, and live streamer who will soon be having a seat with Chris Hansen to discuss some of her recent and past behaviors and actions. Before her interview, allow Evil Little McNuggets and myself to walk you through my series of interviews conducted in July of 2022, after the full extent of Jessi's problematic history was uncovered. She is joint plus Muse Talks plus Euro plus Queen of Spade, mixed with a few other of your favorite locales. She is also extremely petty and dangerous. When backed into a corner, she will either accuse you of being a predator, tell a ridiculous lie, or dismiss you as one of many of her trolls and haters. She is a constant victim and not above defaming a dead man in one of her most outlandish lies in a feeble attempt to garner sympathy. She has been run out of several communities and is outright banned in others. With a list of incidents ranging from doxing to attempted extortion to defamation to sending nudes to an alleged minor to prove she is not fat, and more, Jessi has run the gamut of toxic, dangerous behaviors on YouTube and shows no signs of slowing down. So let's explore. Hey guys, welcome back. Today is another Dear What the Heck day, so let's catch up. Every day she just keeps posting relentlessly for attention, expecting more attention still.
I just want to know, which one is it? Which one is it, Laura? I can't stand that her name is Laura, because if I ever have a baby girl, her name would be Lara, because that is not Clark Kent, Superman's mom, Lara, and Kal-El. Kal-El I would name a son, but I already have a whole list. And if I felt during my pregnancy that, I changed my mind, it would be Kal-El. Kal-El. And if it was twins, because we have twins, a generation of twins in my family, and someone around my generation is up for the twin zone. So I would do Lara and Kal-El. Anyway. So Trixie Layne just posted this. If you guys don't know, Trixie Layne has talked to Nick in jail, sent him money to his commissary, sent money for the NPG Cornerstone stuff. I've seen proof of everything, right? But Nicholas Godejohn has also said that Trixie Layne is crazy and said that he didn't appreciate her conspiracy theories. But she loves to pretend that she's the hero and the spokesperson for Nick. She does the same thing with Dan and Dave. She gets obsessed with people. Somehow people say that I'm obsessed even though I covered a topic for 3.5 weeks. She's been doing the same thing for years, talking about Dave and Dan and Nick for years, and even got personal with them. Like, who contacts these people? It's so disturbing, and no one talks about it enough. It was denied, rightfully so. That's all I will speak on.
You put your panty paw in, put your panty paw out, put your panty paw in, and then you shake it all around. You do the panty pokey and you shake it all about. That's what it's all about. Hey, panty!
So as I said, I only wrote Nicholas Godejohn twice and sent him a stamp each time in case he wanted to reply or use it to write anyone else. I've never sent Nick money. So where's your proof, Pickles? We all know you didn't see proof of me sending him money because it never happened. Just like I never posted pictures of a celebrity's child, but yet you still can't show proof of that either. Funny how she's always dog-sitting her mom's dog. She continues to call case studies her stalker, which is hilarious because he's the one with the restraining order, which she calls fake, by the way. She's really about to fuck around and find out when she gets arrested just how fake it really is. Can't make this up. Where she is claiming that case studies is her stalker. She has 39 comments on this post, but it's literally her talking to herself, forgetting to log out of her account and into her sock accounts to talk to herself. And this is the type of stuff she pulls. She literally has all these sock accounts and she talks to herself. She does it on Reddit constantly as well. She's completely insane. This is like Gypsy, a complete psychopath. And no, I don't need a medical license or degree to deem you a fucking psychopath. You're a psychopath. That's freedom of speech. Get it right. She's also begging for money constantly now too. We're going to go over this and talk about it all. Before anyone says just ignore her, here's the thing. I think I've handled myself quite well all year after all she has done. I had stayed silent and in my lane, and she did not go away. She continued to stalk, dox, harass, name call, slander, and defame with threats of coming after me. I don't care if she calls this bullying, because it's not. But if she thinks she has a case, please take me to court, Jessica. Please, I would love for that to happen so much. The judge would see that you need made ward of the state and permanently institutionalized. If you really think that I believe for a second that Toddy One-Skip gave you my actual docs, you really are stupid and the locale everyone thinks you are. I don't know if Toddy gave her anything. Quite frankly, I'm staying out of that. Before I'm concerned, I know for a fact she didn't give you shit on me, so try again. But if you are so confident she did, then have me served and take me to court. Please do it. I dare you. No? Oh, that's because you have no receipts. But I do. And that's why I have a channel people actually follow. That's why creators do talk to me even though I don't collaborate anymore. But we get along. Your world is so small that you behave this way, just like Gypsy Rose Blanchard, for literal attention. That's how bored you are.
Y'all, I just found out, apparently, because I've had a YouTube for 12 years, because I didn't have cable, but that's what I had. And I use my actual YouTube that I've always had. That means I've been stalking Jessi for 12 years. She found out my secret. That's exactly it, Jessi. You're so perfect. Yes, you figured it out. Crack is whack. You know what? Since you keep threatening to call the police, please call them. Please show them your evidence. Please show them. Do you need the number? I have the number. Do you want the number? Anybody else need the number? I have it. Stalking you, girl. No, seek help.
Just today alone, Jessica has doxed Exposing It at least 4 times. The video clip that's attached with Exposing It's video clip that I just showed you is confirmation that Jessica had Exposing It's house swatted, not cash, which we will touch base on that further on.
Jama, it's funny. Yeah, Jama's a wild cat, you know. I tried to speak to her at some points, but there's really no getting through to her, you know? Really. I was misunderstood. I was kind. I always forget how the lyrics go. Like just fumbling, messing around. I'm tripping, I'm hitting, da 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 da. I'm fumbling, in love. No, I'm tripping, I'm bubbling. You know the Fergie song? Oh, oh. Hey, ooh. It's been a long time since I heard of all this stuff. For a while, man, you know. Hey, lovey-doveys. Thank you for coming. This is Jessi's stream. Starting to lose my voice. It must be the 3rd chakra. But that's okay. I'm about to grab some wawa. Water. Give me a second. Okay, I'm back, lovey-doveys. Hey, love. What's going on? Hey, baby. Sounding racist? Trolls will be trolling. Talking about Fergie? I'm sure what you mean there, Mamie. Like, I haven't heard this song in a minute. That's a New York kind of thing. Well, actually, it's not really New York entirely. It is multiple, you know. It's slang, basically. Hey, lovey-dovey. What's going on? Hey, babe. Hopefully I'll get my voice back soon. It's just my throat chakra right now needs to open up. Hey, lovey. Yeah, I really shouldn't do that to my voice, especially if there's going to be a throat chakra that needs to be opened, you know. Hey, love. What's going on, baby? So yeah, I thought I would just hang out, and I think at a point I was going to talk about something. What was it? Doesn't matter now, right? Well, I mean, it definitely matters to me. But at this point, if I'm not remembering it, don't linger on it. Hey, love, what's going on, babe? Nothing kills me anymore. Nothing thrills me anymore. Life is such a chore when you're boring. Oh, what's another one? You make me wanna la on the kitchen, on the floor. I'm like an alley cat, just to drink a bottle more. You make me want. Why did I feel like? Oh, I was thinking more. That's not bored. I'm a good person, yes, that's true. I'm a good person, better than you. I'm a good person, can't you see? Doctor disorders don't have shit on me. I'm a good person all over the place. I'll come my good right into your face. Everyone knows I'm a badass chick. And if you don't think so, you can lick my tits. They're all filled with good.
You bitch and moan that the judge wasn't fair in the stalking and harassing case with case studies, and you say you were just trolling, which no, you weren't. And plenty of proof have been shown about that, and you still deny it. But then you bitch and moan that we are all the trolls, and it's not okay. Okay, so it's okay for you to troll, but you're a two-faced monkey in a one-man circus who tries way too hard to get attention, when really, people are just wanting you to completely get off the internet and go away. She has drawn lines that cannot be undrawn. Her ex-best friend Exposing It was recently swatted, and if anybody knows about that, I think I've mentioned it in a previous video. Jessica was blaming it all on Cash, trying to launch a TikTok war for shits and giggles, and even threatened Cash. Here, have a listen.
This is my little message for Quiche, whatever she wants to call herself. I hope your pillow is so hot at night that you start to feel burns on your skin. I hope you wake up because you're so fucking hot at night that you trip over something, whatever, in your room, your fucking dresser drawer, I don't know, and your fucking nail starts to peel off. And not just come off, it's the hurt kind where you're trying to fucking peel it off like a fucking band-aid that's been on your skin for a long time and it hurt. I hope the next time you get an ice cold drink one of the ice cubes is just a little bit too sharp and it cuts your throat. And that way you are silent and can't talk anymore because you don't deserve to speak. You need to sit down, get the fuck offline. And I'm not the one that's saying this. I'm just barking for her.
But what really happened was she was the one who did it to Exposing. Well, she also continues to dox her name, and Exposing has been going through a lot lately with the fact that her father was unalived and she had to do trial all this past week. And unfortunately, it did not go well. Exposing it is clearly going through the motions and should not have to be dealing with this low-cal freak laughing at her for the unaliving of her father. Yes, I heard about it. And if anyone has a screen recording of that live she did on October 17th, where she was doxing Exposing again and laughing at her because the jury didn't find the defendant guilty, please send it to me. I want to put this ugly goblin up on notice for the world to see. What a disgusting bitch. No better than Gypsy Rose and Sheena Woodall at all. I'm sorry for the swear words to my viewers, but you guys have no idea how sick this person truly is. And I've been stalked all year long by her. She wants to sit over on TikTok and hide and play stupid games, even still playing the victim at the same time, claiming she doesn't talk about any of us, but proof says otherwise.
Delicious. Hey, lovey-doveys, it's the one and only, it's Jessi. Yeah, so I thought I'd come on for a couple minutes, talk a bit. You know, my fans, my followers, they love to watch me. My fans, my followers, they love to watch me. Do-do, do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do.
So, does anyone want to tell her the obvious truth here? 1 viewer per live. That's her. She's talking to herself in every live. Literally. I guess psychopaths still need attention.
Years and this person is still obsessed with me. For some reason, they claim that I sent death threats. I was the one getting death wishes. I know on a live stream I said death threats. I meant death wishes, and people kept saying, well, you can't take it back, you can't take it back, whatever. But this person is still making live streams about me and everything. Do you think that's odd that I can't have freedom of speech, but people are allowed to talk about me? Like, why the fuck am I the one with the restraining order when there are people like this? And I don't get it. It makes me wonder, simulation, autism, am I not understanding things? I don't get it.
We want to talk about stupidity. Oh my gosh. So here it is. You have a restraining order because you doxed somebody time and time again. You accused them of being somebody that they weren't, stirring trouble in multiple areas on multiple platforms, calling him somebody that he wasn't, including a sex offender towards children, you sick bitch. And you wonder why. And as for Moast, he's not obsessed with you. What is your thing with thinking that everybody's obsessed with you? Nobody likes you. We're laughing at you because you're insane. You are a psychopath. Literally, you have no shame whatsoever. And we're exposing you. You are content. Bottom line, Moast doesn't have an obsession with you. You're content for him. You're a predator, a child predator. Nonetheless, check this out.
Why did you tell the other story earlier?
Because I think that there was something that happened with my brain that's more trauma related, that I've done more research on, that it happens more significantly for people who are dealing with things that are related to like a famous person, where they block out things and then they're told different things happened, and then in their mind it becomes their reality.
So this is about Jessica lying about being raped by a young man that unalived himself. Chris Hansen already knows she's full of shit and is calling her out. Where is Indigo and Lori, the dream expert for this? I swear they could do one amazing full reading on this psycho. Anyways, if you have trauma, you aren't going to turn to the internet and self-diagnose. You seek a professional and get help. And she's smiling through this entire ordeal. What a lunatic. And she still hasn't learned.
It's a very common thing. And, it's very unfortunate because that's just, I really thought that, and I said that to people. And, but now I have to clarify that that's not, what actually happened, and, work on that.
After this allegation against Corey Lush, did you stay in contact with him?
Oh, no, I was traumatized. That's the last thing I would want to do.
But you were still friends on MySpace in 2010.
I don't know.
Well,
can't
I'm
think
telling
that
you
far.
that we found that. So if the
Oh, okay, so
allegation
yeah,
was
I
in
don't know.
2006,
Maybe I was
why are
trying
you still
to
friends with
pretend
him
it
in
didn't happen.
2010?
So this is how we all know she's lying, Chris Hansen included. Why would you stay friends with somebody who allegedly raped you? And her excuse is, maybe I was trying to pretend it didn't happen. That's not normal. It's like we go back to Gypsy Rose here, right? If she truly had trauma, certain things would trigger her, right? And they don't, like seeing knives or stabbing motions. And all of those things actually excite her instead of trigger her like they should. Same with Jessica here. If she was actually raped, being around your attacker would trigger you. You don't just pretend it didn't happen and stay around your attacker. And do you see she's still smiling? She finds this hilarious. She's laughing at a dead boy.
Yeah, I don't know. This happened a long time ago. I mean, you know, I might have some things kind of different than how I thought it happened.
I asked his brother Math. He was understandably shocked to hear the accusations being made against Corey, and he confirmed two things. One, Corey lived with his mom in 2007 and was a sophomore in high school. Two, not only did he not have a white van in 2007, he didn't even have a bike, as it had been stolen sometime earlier.
Do you think it was fair to tell the story originally the way you did and now to back off it? I mean, the allegations are serious, Jessi.
Right.
What you're saying is
But
that
that's
this
what I thought.
fellow, now dead from suicide,
Mhm.
sexually assaulted you, and there's no evidence. And again, I take this very seriously because sexual assault is a very serious allegation. I
Yeah.
spend a lot of my time professionally going after predators who try to do this. It's a large
Right.
commitment ethically and journalistically on my part.
Mhm.
And so I want to ask you this with all the appropriate sensitivity, but nothing seems to add up here in this case. There's a lack of evidence there. And when you take a look at it in the big picture,
Mhm.
when you look at allegations that you've sent unsolicited nude photos of yourself to people, that you have made false
Yeah,
claims
people
against
that were in
other
my
people.
NSFW Discord.
I'm just saying, let me get to it, and then I'll give you a chance to respond to it.
Do you guys see how agitated and upset she is getting because she's getting called out for lying and doing what she is doing? And she still continues to do all of this. She did this type of behavior with Miss Behaven, somebody who's a well-respected member of the community. Anytime somebody calls her out and tries to shut her down, she starts running her mouth, talking over everybody, trying to be right, basically. She goes manic, and you're gonna start seeing this.
There have been allegations on your part, false, of sexual harassment, sexual assault. You falsely accused content creators of being predators and pedophiles.
She has called so many of us predators and pedophiles. She started with me, actually. She called me a child predator, claiming that I used a celebrity's children's photos and videos for social media, which I did not. And I'm still waiting for the day that she shows proof of that. She keeps making this claim, but has never, ever produced any proof. She has called Case Studies a pedophile. She called The Search with Lisa a pedophile. She has now called Morbid a pedophile, which you really shouldn't be calling all creators pedophiles, considering you're the one who sent unsolicited nudes of yourself to a minor child. But more importantly, that's slander and defamation of character, which is illegal, and you will be sued for calling people such horrible things, especially online. Do you know how that's how people's reputations get destroyed? And there's no going back from that. But, you know, you're one, so.
All it would seem to enhance your presence on social media. And how do you answer those allegations, those claims?
I haven't accused anyone of anything that isn't true.
She actually said that. I haven't said anything that wasn't true or called them anything that wasn't true. Are you fucking kidding me? Has she forgotten what she has done to me personally alone? And not to mention, look at this.
I still believe Truthy is
Case is truthy. The Case in Magoo. Anyway, I was just cracking up thinking about how Case is a lol cow. He's always been a lol cow, always thought he was a lol cow. It's just he's a lol cow. Now, if he's not Truthy Magoo, people still call him Truthy Magoo because that's what you do with lol cows. You fucking troll them and then they get upset, and then they make posts, and then they delete, and then when people ask, hey, are you this person? They start blowing up. I just think it would be hilarious if he really isn't this person and it's just a bunch of coincidences beyond just the voice, because he has the same stories. He moves from California to Tennessee, just like Truthy, and nothing has been proven yet, right? Anyway, if he's such a lol cow, if he's really not that guy, people are just gonna troll him until he fucking leaves the internet, because that's how lol cows work.
Personally, I don't care who you like or who you don't like, as a creator or a viewer, a subscriber, whatever. The fact of the matter is, this is wrong. I'm not standing up for anybody, but I am going to speak on what is wrong. And this is wrong. What she has done is wrong. Truthy Magoo is a known pedophile and somebody who extorted and scammed and a bunch of other things. And to say that this is him, and then to say, even if it's not him, I'm still going to troll him because that's what I do. It's funny and I think it's hilarious. But yet you're online bitching and moaning because we are giving you a taste of your own medicine, except for what we say is truth, and we come with the receipts and the facts, whereas you just make things up and try to ruin people because you're a sick, twisted, psychotic bitch. Get gone.
But you offer no, when you make these allegations, which are horrific, for all the reasons we know, you don't offer any proof. You say these things, and then
I can't show proof of what happened to me.
Well, then, I'm not talking about you in this particular incident. I'm talking about the allegations that you have made against other people about being pedophiles and predators and committing crimes like sexual harassment and sexual assault. When it appears that you, by sending unsolicited nudes, would be the one carrying out some sort of harassment here, including a nude that was sent to a minor.
Okay, so we can get into that. Absolutely. He was a sock account. How would I know that of his age?
If somebody is lying about being a victim or survivor to get attention for whatever reason,
that wouldn't make any sense. Why would someone do that?
It takes away, well, because they want attention, but it takes away
real
attention.
No,
let me finish.
No woman wants attention from a sexual assault or lying about a sexual assault. No woman. That is horrific. That's the worst thing that a human being could go through. And for you to say that didn't happen to me and I'm just making it up is very, very disturbing.
Did you guys notice how she just smiled when she said that? My trauma comes next. Why would I lie about this? Okay, it's interesting because she's sitting here smiling. No woman wants to talk about this. No woman wants attention when she goes through this. And she's smiling. She's literally entertained by what Chris Hansen is saying to her. But then she immediately gets called out and changes her tone and pretends to cry. Now watch as she turns around and does it all over again. She immediately turns it back off and starts smiling again because she is a lunatic.
There's a lack of evidence there. Some of the story doesn't make sense.
Okay, well,
and this would let me finish. And this would be a good time for you to come clean on this. These are very serious allegations.
Yeah, and I'm happy to take a polygraph test.
And you made them against somebody who's dead. You've sent unsolicited nudes to people. You've made false allegations. And according to at least one member of the TCAP community, you tried to extort money. Isn't it time to stop this? Isn't it time to stop trying to steal attention from real victims?
No, because this actually happened to me. So, that's why everyone in my life knows about this and they think that you're a disgusting human being. You can't handle the truth. You can't dig into facts. You're a horrible journalist. You know for a fact that you're not digging into anything.
This is your chance to tell the truth.
Yes, and I'll take a polygraph test about everything because I know my truth and I know that I was raped when I was that young, and I knew that I wanted to hide it most of my life, and I didn't talk about it, and I would never make up something like that, especially since that person is scarred into my freaking memory for the rest of my life, and someone touches me a certain way, I think of his freaking face in my freaking head.
So in conclusion to the Chris Hansen interview, you guys have seen a few minutes of what was an hour-long interview process. And basically how the ending goes, she's still wants to continue on, even though she's admitted she lied before. She wants to continue on with her bullshit story. And then she wants to try and double down on Chris Hansen and say he's just this horrible person. And it goes on and on and on. I think she tries to extort him by saying, I need you to pay for the polygraph test. I need money. And he kicks her out. But she tries to bully him by saying, you're not done with me. We're not done here. And you have questions for me and stuff like that. She just continues on. She is completely wacko. You guys go watch this interview if you can stomach it for an hour. I dropped that link down in the description box as well. It's on Moast's channel too. He was part of this process with Chris Hansen.
And neither one of you, I should point out, just to make it very clear, is involved in the Jessi Moore case, but based upon your review, upon our request, as lawyers with experience in this field, has she committed some sort of a crime here potentially?
Based on what I'm hearing and seeing, I would say yes.
Yeah, I would agree. I think there's extortion, potentially there's racketeering. I wonder if she's acting alone or if she's acting with others. There could be aiding and abetting. Take this stuff seriously. Don't wait until, it goes viral. If somebody is publishing content about you that is false, it's leading to something that could get bigger, you need to act immediately.
Race, besides criminal liability here, what's the civil liability? What does somebody do who's targeted by a fake victim?
Yeah, well, the number one thing that we're going to look at is the reputational harm, right? So libel, slander, and depending on the jurisdiction, most likely this type of conduct is defamation per se. So there's a presumption that if you accuse me of kidnapping or rape, or sexual assault, unwanted touching, that it's most likely going to be defamation per se. And in most jurisdictions, we're going to just presume that is such a nasty allegation that it's harmed you in some capacity. And then we're going to look at what the actual fallouts were, right?
We are all sick of this person. She's a child predator, literally a child predator. She wants to take children's innocence from them. The fact that she was on Chris Hansen's TCAP, which is To Catch a Predator, where she was exposed, says it all. And someone on that side has the proof. Not to mention, let's not forget that she cried rape time and time again from a young man who unalived himself, then said she lied about it while laughing nonetheless, then goes back to saying it all over again that he did it. But let me correct myself here. Moast did say that she started the slanderous accusations of rape after he unalived himself, not before. So I just wanted to make that clear. She continues to drag a dead boy's name through the mud. And yes, he was a young man. She did lie, and she continues to. This community is tired of her, and not paying attention to her is doing nothing because she's still trying her hardest to cause trouble amongst us all. She has even targeted viewers and subscribers. She never shows proof of anything. She just makes things up as she goes along. Let's discuss how she's exactly like Gypsy Rose Blanchard. She's a habitual liar. Literally everything that comes out of her mouth tells a different story later, but still she plays victim, of course. I'm a vegan or vegetarian, but let me post on YouTube and beg someone to buy me a quesadilla and sweet tea from Taco Bell, both of which are not vegan or vegetarian. I'm a vegan, but let me post shorts on social media of me doing a snack attack at a gas station. All junk food, of course. She has faked pregnancy at least twice that I know of, and while I can't find my screenshot of that right off the bat, I'm happy to share it later on when I do find it because I have a receipt of her admitting to these things, then half-assing accountability for it. And any female should be absolutely outraged that she did this. I'm just saying. She likes to pretend she's got celebrity status. Being on Chris Hansen, she brags about it like she wasn't exposed for attempted pedophilia on a minor child. Yes, a real minor child and not a decoy. And she acts like instead of being exposed, it was her grand entrance into celebrity life. It's completely sick and weird. She even has an obsession with Chris and makes up all kinds of weird things about them in the process, like how she's now a producer for an upcoming show with them. Good morning, loves. Yes, it is true. I'm an executive producer on the hot seat with Chris Hansen. We will be interviewing the accused and putting them in the hot seat, like myself, because, I'm a predator. When ever they lie, the seat becomes warmer. Your seat must have been on fire then. Chris is not paying me. This is merely a sacrifice since I lied to him on his show. I do not want to hear great. Now she will be a millionaire. This is simply volunteering. I may as well be his intern or office siren. Wild at Chris Hansen. Can't wait to work with you. What a fucking lunatic. Hey everyone, I'm taking a step back to focus on my new show. The hot seat will be a new experience for me. As a child, I always wanted to work with Chris Hansen. I watched TCAP religiously. That is actually all I watched until Pretty Little Liars came out. Yes, you are. You're a little liar. Minus the pretty, but you're a little liar. Anyways, I hope we can come to an understanding, my loves. This show will be fascinating. If it's like any of your other content, no, it won't. Old news. This person is obsessed with me. These posts were like all within the same hour. So happy to see creators making videos exposing Chris Hansen again. He was so petty about my coverage. He lied about me and slandered me. I talked to some big creators and all they said or implied was they see what is really going on. Yeah, okay. That's why there were 2 attorneys sitting right there analyzing, ready to take you on in court. You're a crazy bitch. Crazy bitch. What the actual hell is this girl on? Oh, and then of course her only argument towards me being a fraud is that I used photos of Alex Johnson. But here's the funny part. During all of that, she claims to know Alex and her children, like in real life, and how she's talked to Alex. Never showed proof of that though, of course. Because in her delusional mind, yeah, she thinks she's important, all right? She doesn't know them, and I'd bet money she didn't even know who she was until she set her sights on me. Regardless, I'm not the only one to use celebrity photos on social media to protect my identity, and I couldn't tell you how many people, including Jessica, were using people's photos in the community to make sock accounts and use those people's real names just to dox and fuck around and find out. Yet, I'm the fraud. Okay. As I said, I never claimed to be that person, and no, I did not thank people for saying I'm pretty by saying I was her. Again, that live is still very much up by Toddy, where she's interviewing me, called Getting to Know Trixie. It's on Toddy Oneskif's channel if you want to verify. I specifically said thank you, but it's not me. And I was cut off by Toddy mid-sentence, but I still finished that sentence. If you have a hard time hearing, check the transcript. Maybe it'll be there. But also, I commented on that live after that live saying it wasn't me. I'm in the comment section way back then. If that isn't proof enough that this person just wanted to create drama just because, then I don't know what is. And that's no longer my problem because I've already explained myself multiple times. Anyways, back to Jessica. Another lie. I don't live with my parents. I have a boyfriend and girlfriend, which, by the way, she goes on her lives when no one's watching. And she talks extremely vulgar about things she would do to them. Then she blames everything on hormones and being hormonal when she's called out for her odd behaviors. Oh, but we're the bullies. She actually lives with her mom, which she denies. Yet she was served at her mom's, food delivered at her mom's, and her BJ's at her mom's. Oh, Penny, the poor dog that hates her, is actually her mom's dog. Thank God. Justice for Penny. Let's save Penny, please. That dog does not like her. Anyways, she antagonizes this dog and instigates and then finds it funny. It's not funny. And she calls her Penny Lane, literally after me because she claims this dog is evil and she also claims I'm evil, which, no, I'm not evil. I'm actually one of the nicest people in the world. But my mean girl streak is coming out today because I'm really sick of you and it's time somebody puts you on your ass. Hey, everybody. If you heard screaming, I was just running from Penny. She is evil today and attacks me like a flying squirrel. I am terrified. I hope to get her better training, but also I am so small and close to the ground, so no one understands how terrified I am. I am the height of a small child, so it is terrifying. I just ran into the bathroom and slammed the door as if I was running from the lion in Jumanji. For one, you can't spell, obviously. That's not how you spell Jumanji. And for two, you're not small like a child. Quite the contrary. You may be short, but you're stubby. But you're not small like a child. And doesn't this sound exactly like Gypsy Rose Blanchard? Like almost the letter?
Stand up against bullying. Hi, I see I may be small, I'm just about 4'11", but I am strong, and I am here to stand up and speak out against bullying. What you need to do is look at the picture. We started off with wanting to uncover the truth, put light on the darkness of the case that is Gypsy Rose Blanchard and the murder of her mother. You need to look at the bigger picture. We see all the details, but what you need to do is take a step back. Look around. Doxing is evil. Stand up against bullying. Don't you see that's an issue? Stand up against bullying. To spread the message about bullying in the Gypsy Rose Blanchard community. We need to make it stop. It's gone on for too long. Be strong.
Let me know in the comments. What a weirdo. Save Penny. Also, like Gypsy, she keeps changing her accent constantly, and many subscribers have even called this out to me and other creators who can't stand her. And when she sent unsolicited nude pictures to a little boy, all because he called her fat, which resulted in her being exposed as a predator by Chris Hansen and Moast, she laughed about it for a while, but is now claiming someone stole her nude photos and leaked them on the internet, as if anyone wants to see them. She posts BDSM crap all the time and sexual stuff that's gross and says sexual things constantly. She's even gone as far as posting her super saggy chest on her channels as if it's a flex. Gross. Either way, the proof speaks for itself. She also was arrested for battery and assault on her ex-boyfriend and blamed it on being emotional and hormonal to the police in an attempt to not get arrested. She had no marks on her, but the boyfriend was beat up. We all know about Gypsy's violent streak too and how that went down. She doesn't care about justice for Dee Dee or the right for a fair trial for Nick Godejohn. She wants clout, attention, and money. Some say she's mentally unwell and her actions are just so isolated. No. Let me correct you. If any of that were true, she would just stop. Even after Case Studies and I both have publicly said we want her to knock it off. I don't know how many times. She continued as much as possible to attempt to put us all in harm's way with doxing and slandering and creating any friction she could between creators. Don't forget to keep reporting her channels to get her channels taken down. It won't stop her from trolling on many sock accounts that she has, but each time she'll have to keep starting over and, well, that's a good inconvenience. Maybe one of the platforms will finally report her suicide threats for attention to the authorities and put her ass away. So long as she keeps bringing me up, I'm going to keep exposing her for the piece of shit that she is. Because I do not like people that prey on children, period.
I would like to apologize to the community for my inexcusable actions. I made people uncomfortable and said things I should have never said. I should have never mentioned someone's name without their consent in a story that could be misconstrued. I am sorry, and they do not deserve this. In my mind, I had created this weird dichotomy. If I'm generally polite and caring, it's okay for me to also get real sexual sometimes. Or, oh, he's my friend. He knows how I am, so it's cool. But it's not cool at all. Calling yourself a good person doesn't mean like you act like you're concerned 1 minute and fetishize the same person the next. Sometimes in life, you get a mirror held up to you in your actions, and you don't like what you see. If you're smart, you look, don't wince. Don't look away, but you deal with the sight and you decide to do something about it. My own actions now make my skin crawl, and I am sorry and will make the real change. Anyone can say they have changed and aren't going to do any wrong anymore. But my best thinking got me here.
All right, now read the last line.
Thank you for all the listening to me.
Hold on. No, now read that. Remember, do the my best thinking got me here, like now real introspectively. You don't have to start from the top. Just you read. Anyone can say they have changed, and read that line again, but with the different here, and then we'll put the one in that sounds the most sincere.
How was I supposed to say it again?
All right.
My best thinking.
Hold on.
Got me here.
Right? Anyone can say they have changed and aren't going to do wrong anymore, but my best thinking got me here. Like you're just so disappointed, so that it really shows sincerity, and you can read it like that.
I will try.
No, sorry. Hey, save the sorry for Jeroen. Okay.
Do you know what? But I'm sleep deprived. I have an excuse. What's your excuse?
I'm just an asshole, I guess. No, seriously, it's fine. Yeah.
Okay. Enough joking around. Let's do this.
So this is serious. Yeah, anyone can say.
Okay. Anyone can say they have changed and aren't going to do wrong anymore. But my best thinking got me here. Thank you all for listening to me. I've taken down my videos that were sexual in nature. My stuff going forward will not be sexual. I'm going to make sure I am respectful to all the people I meet on the internet and in person from now up. I don't like that. I don't like that line for in person because that doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make, it doesn't make, hold on. Are you saying it doesn't make sense to be respectful to people in person?
Well, because I've never not been. That's. I feel like
Well,
it's they're trying
hey,
to make
whoa,
me
whoa,
sound like
whoa.
I am.
No. All this is saying is that you're aware what people are saying, and you're just paying them a little lip service. This is just have you ever heard the term? This is just mayonnaise on the bun, washing the car.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Fine. I'll
yeah,
say
that's a
it. I'll
famous
say it.
saying, right? Yeah, this is just mayonnaise on the bun, washing the car. Sometimes you got to wax on, and sometimes you got to wax off. All right. So yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Thank you all for listening to me. I've taken down my videos that were sexual in nature. My stuff going forward will not be sexual. I'm going to make sure I'm respectful to all the people I meet on the internet and in person from now on. Thank you for your time, and I hope you can forgive me, but I understand if you can't, and that's fine.
Please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and share. I'll see you guys at the next one. Have a great weekend.